So 30th October was the day when I got to try the Nikon ZR. भाई जितनी उस कैमरा की हाइप है, जितने उसमें फीचर्स हैं, स्पेशली अगर आप डीप सिनेमाटोग्राफी में इन्वॉल्व हो या आप फुल अप करते हो, तो रेड एंड आरई कैमराज आर वेरी वेल रिगार्डेड, राइट? तो उसमें नाइकॉन ने रेड कैमरा, जो भी रेड कंपनी थी, उसको एक्वायर कर लिया था। तो दे यूज दैट टेक्नोलॉजी टू क्रिएट ए R3D फॉर्मेट ऑफ रिकॉर्डिंग, जिसमें वो आपको 12 बिट रॉ दे रहा है। नाउ मेरा पॉइंट ट्राई करने का यही था कि एक तो मैंने ZV-E10 Mark II मेरे पास था विद कपल ऑफ लेंसेज, आई सोल्ड दैट वन। तो मुझे था कि इफ आई एबल टू सेल वन मोर कैमरा ऑफ माइन, तो मैं Nikon ZR आई कैन पिक, लाइक बजट वाइज इट विल बी नॉट टू मच ऑफ ए बैड डिसीजन और डिविएशन ना, बिकॉज आई एम जस्ट स्वैपिंग गियर। तो वो मेरा इंटेंशन था, बट आई वाजंट एक्सपेक्टिंग इट टू बी अवेलेबल फॉर मी टू ट्राई ऑन स्टोर्स। जिस हिसाब से उसके रिव्यूज थे, या हर कोई क्रिएटर जो अब कैमरा वर्ल्ड से बिलोंग करता है या नॉर्मल क्रिएटिविटी भी कर रहा है ना यूट्यूब पे, या ओवरऑल आई थिंक कंटेंट क्रिएटर लगा लो, या फिल्म मेकर, या वेडिंग फिल्म मेकर्स, they were all quite hyped about it and they were picking it up. So I wasn't expecting it to be available, और ऑनलाइन भी नहीं दिखा रहा था कि अवेलेबल है ना। So I went to a store and he said, yes, it's available, I'll get it ready for you. But my first impressions of looking at Nikon ZR were that it's good, but it wasn't something very exciting in the terms of कि भाई अभी pick कर लूँ. And that could be because I didn't had a CFX Express B or Type B card जिसमें वो R3D RAW shoot करता है. I tried the normal H.265, I tried the analog, और उसमें स्क्रीन I would say बड़ी थी, बहुत बड़ी है स्क्रीन, बट इफ यू थिंक अबाउट इट फ्रॉम लाइक अ पर्सन्स पर्सपेक्टिव जो खुद कंटेंट क्रिएट कर रहा है एज अ सिंगल क्रिएटर है ना, एज अ सिंगल वन मैन शो टाइप, तो उसमें आपको स्क्रीन पे देखने का इतना इशू नहीं होता। एंड द रीजन आई एम सेइंग दैट इज, एज लॉन्ग एज यू कैन सी दैट यू फिट इन द फ्रेम, देयर इज नथिंग मच यू नीड टू चेक, स्पेशली ऑन द फ्लाई। वो तब बेनिफिशियल है जब यू आर लाइक अ कैमरा मैन, और या आप किसी और को शूट कर रहे हो ना, वेडिंग फिल्म मेकर, और इनके लिए ठीक है, मेक सेंस कि भाई बड़ी स्क्रीन होगी तो यू कैन सी ऑल द सेटिंग्स, ऑल द व्हाटएवर, फोकस है कि नहीं, ये वो सब लटरम पटरम जो भी होता है वो सब आप चेक कर पाओगे। saying that I'm not saying I wouldn't mind a bigger screen, but just saying it wasn't something which I got like, oh wow, क्या हो गया भाई ये, which a lot of content creators online are saying कि screen इतनी बड़ी है, ये है वो, because end of the day, as long as the camera fits your needs, that's all you need. So R3D format would be definitely something I wanted to try. Focus wasn't too bad, because the camera that we actually had, one of my friend from Melbourne was visiting and he had a Z6 II. तो उसका कैमरा का जो फोकस है compared to ZR या इवन मेरे Z52 से भी, it was ZR का बढ़िया था। Z6 II में we were struggling to keep focus, especially अब जब आप वॉक कर रहे हो, अगर कैमरा स्टेबल है, it's on a tripod or something, still good, but otherwise it was struggling. ZR, I didn't see that to be an issue to an extent which makes it usable. It wasn't Sony level, it was still taking time to grab the correct focus, but at least it was detecting the subjects. और उसमें 32-bit float जो feature है, which is, I think I'll appreciate it more, especially in scenarios जहाँ पे बहुत loud noises है या ऐसा कुछ आसपास आपके चल रहा हो. But for initial review, the unit was, people say it's light because they're comparing it with FX3 या फिर Z6 III. For me, it wasn't too light, because for me light means ZV-E1, which is like under 500 grams with a decent lens which weighs less than 300. ये पूरा कैमरा सेटअप with a cage would be less than 800 grams. और उसके कंपैरिजन में I think Nikon ZR is around 600 to 700 grams. और उसमें क्योंकि केज लगानी ही पड़ेगी आपको, या I'll actually prefer to use a cage, क्योंकि उसमें जो ग्रिप है that's not big enough, that's like a flat retro ZF style grip. तो उसमें I think weight तो बढ़ेगा, और ZR के जो lenses हैं, I'm sure Viltrox lens बना रहे हैं उनके, तो maybe I'll be able to pick a Air series, but then I'll always think कि इसमें मुझे बेस्ट क्वालिटी मिल रही है कि नहीं R3D फॉर्मेट में, और ये वो है ना, तो मे बी दैट माइट नॉट बी द बेस्ट scenario to shoot with that. But overall, I didn't think that it was a bad camera at all. Especially if you love Nikon colors, it does have the same sensor as Z6 III. But I would say कि because I tried it in a controlled environment of a shop, जहाँ पे lights were not helping, क्योंकि there's a lot of LEDs at the back, so there's a lot of flicker and other things. So I might need to try it in an environment where I'm able to take it just a bit outside the shop, and I'll take a CFS Express Type B card with me so I can, record R3D just to see if it fits. I might pick it up if, as I said, एक और कोई कैमरा बिकता है तो, but otherwise I don't think it's something which we as a creator, especially as a new creator, should be looking into. क्योंकि it's although R3D और रेड वालों के लिए सस्ता लगता है कि अरे इतना केपेबल कैमरा है, इतने 3 डिफरेंट टाइप के लॉग वो शूट कर रहा है, एनालॉग और प्रोरेस और R3D और ये सब. बट फॉर समवन हु इज जस्ट स्टार्टिंग आउट, भाई DJI के Pocket 3 के 10-bit कलर्स ग्रेड करना सीख लो पहले, या ZV-E10 Mark II, ZV-E1, I mean S-Log3 पे वर्क करना सीख लो, या अगर 6K फुटेज ही चाहिए तो Lumix S9 इज अ फैंटास्टिक ऑप्शन. इनफैक्ट जो मेरा फ्रेंड आया था, he was quite impressed with the quality that I was able to get from my Lumix S9 for especially for videos and stability and other things like that. Now stability ZR की भी सुना है अच्छी है, handheld shot ठीक लग रहे थे, but we didn't had enough room to walk या vlog or do that sort of thing. But from the initial impressions, ZR is a good camera if you want to explore the red format. And especially if you don't want to spend like thousands and thousands of dollars more, या लाखों रुपए और लगेंगे क्योंकि अगर रेड का नॉर्मल कोई और कैमरा ट्राई करना है आपको. And overall I think it would be great if I get it at a price which is a bit more reasonable, क्योंकि ऑस्ट्रेलिया में cameras are comparatively cheaper. The day I went to try it, it was $34.99, है ना, and within couple of days, literally 30 को पहली बार ट्राई किया था, 31 को I got to my regular camera shop and they were like we can do it for 3200, which was a good price, don't get me wrong. Especially we were getting a deal where we were able to actually get a cage with it, like a Nikon promotion. वो $150 की केज थी, तो essentially I would have gotten the camera for 3050, like 3050, which is not a bad price given it's almost $450 cheaper than the retail price. But abhi, as of now, that deal of the cage is gone, but the retail price, the cheapest retail price is $3150, or less than that, a bit less than that, like a couple of dollars, right? So in that case, I'm expecting Black Friday or ye sab mein, if it goes below 3000, around 2800, I might pick it up just to try it and do other things. But for general purpose use, I think something like this ZV-E1 is great, because you see I've got my hand in front of me, it focuses on that, and as soon as I remove it, it sees my eyes, it just catches up. And that's something which, although other companies are catching up to Sony Focus, but it says a lot about a camera which was released way back, and the sensor still holds up. It's got the same sensor as FX3 or आपका जो I think even FX6, but A7S3, है ना, तो वो सब वाला सेंसर है इसमें. And the fact that I'm able to get that footage for, I wouldn't say a fraction of a price. This one's available for around 2600, and that one's with Red Coat RAW and whatever is for 34, right? So it's 32 लगा लो, retail भी 34 होता तो भी it's not a bad price for that camera. But the lenses you need to invest on Nikon, I would say get one prime lens from Nikon that you think you would use more, like 50mm or 35mm, and then you would be able to actually get a footage that Nikon can deliver. Because if you try lenses with third-party companies, it's, although they're good, but it's never the same quality that you can get from a native lens. So in that case, give it a try it out. I think अगर आपके आसपास शॉप्स में अवेलेबल है, take your CFX Express card Type B अगर है तो, because that will help you make that decision of should you invest in it or not. But overall, from whatever I've heard, whatever reviews I've seen, it's a good camera, and it's not as easy to learn the R3D codec conversion into Rec 709 जो normal आपका YouTube format या जो आप phone पे देखते हैं वो Rec 709 color space होता है. It's not as simple as converting a S-Log3 footage क्योंकि S-Log3 में तो आप एक LUT लगाओ and that's it. But if you're getting all that raw footage, you actually can control your ISO, your exposure, and a lot of other aspects of the image that you get out of that camera. More like editing a photo, but you have the same controls while doing it in video, which opens up a lot of possibility to get the footage a particular look that you want to give it. With 10-bit S-Log3 and other things, you can actually get pretty good footage. They are 4K sensors either way, so it's not too bad. But if you really want to get excellent image quality that you can play around with, and that's what your aim is to learn, then Zeta is an excellent option, especially given the price, and I'm expecting it to go down further, especially with Christmas coming around and Black Friday and other sales. So let's see if things align and if I'll be able to pick it up to share with you कि क्या उसका experience रहता है. But other than that, if you already got a ZR, please let me know how you find it and would you recommend it. Otherwise, take care and I'll see you in the next one.